Come on, everybody. You are on the channel for English for Biology majors, which is brought to you by Tsinghua University's Susan Ye. We hope after you learn this class, you will think biology is fun and to read biology book is piece of cake. Let's go, yay! Hello everyone. Today we are going to finish lesson 20, which is prefix and suffix related to people. First, let's review what we learned last time for the first part. For human being, we can use this prefix anthropo, A-N-T-H-R-O-P-O. For male, we could use andro, A-N-D-R-O. And for female, woman, we can use these three prefixes, G-Y-N-O, G-Y-N-E, or G-Y-N-E-C-O. For child, we can use pedo or pedo, P-E-D-O. As for new, we can use this neo, N-E-O. And the same prefix can be used to describe things that are immature. And for old, we could use paleo, P-A-L-E-O. Now let's move to the second part of lesson 20. For old age, now last time we talked about old, that we use paleo, but for old age, we can use these three prefixes, gero, G-E-R-O, geronto, G-E-R-O-N-T-O, or presby, P-R-E-S-B-Y. Our example for gero is geroderma. Geroderma is describing dystrophy of the skin and the genitals, producing the appearance of old age. Like in this PowerPoint, this woman, her face are all wrinkled, and that's because the skin has dystrophy. So, but the epidermis is not. So there's wrinkles appear. This type of characteristics is called geroderma. And geronto, our example is gerontology. Gerontology, well, the suffix L-O-G-Y meaning science, and geronto is old age. So gerontology means the scientific study of aging and its problems in all their aspects, like clinical, biological, historical, and sociological problems. Gerontology. And presby, our example is presbycusis. Presbycusis is a progressive, bilaterally symmetric sensory neuron hearing loss occurring with age. People, when they are getting old, they experiencing hearing loss gradually, and that's called presbycusis. Okay, let's review the prefix we can use for describing old age. Can be gero, G-E-R-O, geronto, G-E-R-O-N-T-O, or presby, P-R-E-S-B-Y. For origin, describing origin, we could use the prefix archi, A-R-C-H-I, or the suffix geny, G-E-N-Y. Our example for archi is archikaryon. Archikaryon is the nucleus of a zygote. In this picture, in the center is a zygote. Although there are sperms surrounding it, but this is a zygote, and the nucleus of this zygote is called archikaryon. And our example for the suffix geny is phylogeny. Phylogeny is the complete developmental history of a group of organisms called phylogeny. Like in this picture, shows a phylogeny of all of the living things in a tree-like structure. Let's review. For origin, we can use the prefix archi, A-R-C-H-I, or geny, G-E-N-Y. Geny is a suffix. And for generation, we can also use the suffix G-E-N-Y. Our example is lysogeny. What is a lysogeny? Lysogeny is used to describe the phenomenon which a bacteria is infected by a temperate bacteriophage, and after infection, the viral DNA is integrated into the chromosome of the host cell and replicated along with the host chromosome for many generations. Now, this is called a lysogenic cycle. And then the production of virions or virions and the lysis of the host cell begins again. But the frequency of the lattice cycle for a lysogenic phage can be once in 10,000 cell divisions, or when this cell is injured by the UV radiation or chemical agent, then the genome of the lysogenic phage will leave the host chromosome and start lattice cycle. And for this stage, it's called lysogenic cycle, and the phenomenon is called lysogeny. And for any phage who can perform lysogeny, we call that phage a temperate phage. Okay, for self, we have this prefix auto, A-U-T-O. Our example is autotrophic. Autotrophic, meaning self-sustaining, said a type of nutrition in which organisms are capable of synthesizing organic molecules as nutritive substance on its own. Like all the plants are autotrophic organisms. And for one's own or self-produced, we can use this prefix idio, I-D-I-O. Our example is idiosome. What is an idiosome? The idiosome, meaning the centrosome of a spermatocyte, sperm, in common words, sperm, and also including the mitochondria and the Golgi apparatus, which is not shown in this picture. So idiosome is the collective name for centrosome, mitochondria, and the Golgi for a sperm. When we want to talk about order, as in a taxonomy's term, we use this prefix taxo, T-A-X-O, and our example is taxonomy. Taxonomy is the order classification of organisms into appropriate categories, meaning taxa, T-A-X-A, on the basis of relationships among them, with the applications of suitable and correct names. Like we know there are 5 kingdoms for all the organisms, and for eukaryotic there are 4 of them: plants, fungi, animals, and protista, and there's 1 monera for prokaryotic kingdom. And there's one more example, although it's not a prefix, but we can see that in our textbooks. Phyllotaxy. Phyllotaxy meaning the arrangement of leaves on a plant stem, and usually it arranged in a spiral-like shape, which is shown in this PowerPoint. You can see that the leaf of this plant is in spiral-like structure. And this type of the arrangement of leaves are called phyllotaxy. And the suffix taxy is derived from the prefix taxo, taxo. Now we finish lesson 20. Let's review what we learned this time. For old age, we can use gero, G-E-R-O, or geronto, G-E-R-O-N-T-O, or presby, P-R-E-S-B-Y. For origin, we can use archi, A-R-C-H-I, or the suffix geny, G-E-N-Y. And for generation, we can use this suffix geny, G-E-N-Y. For self, we could use auto, A-U-T-O. And for one's own or self-produced, we can use idio, I-D-I-O. And for order, we could use taxo, T-A-X-O. And it can also become at the end of the word as T-A-X-Y, as we give an example of phyllotaxy. Now we finish all of lesson 20. Next time we will proceed to lesson 21, and we will also give out quiz for lesson 20 this time. See ya! English for Biology Major is brought to you by TCU's English for Biology Major course team. If you have any questions, don't forget to visit our FB fans page. The website is here, and you can also scan the QR code to reach to our FB fans page. This course is sponsored by Centers for Faculty Development and Instructional Resources of TCU.